Hello and welcome to another episode of Mark in the Morning.
BSN School's Homeroom.
So Mark, where have you been?
I've been traveling the globe. I'm a globe trotter.
I know that we haven't had an episode in a while. We took that break, right?
It's okay to take time off.
Yeah, it was the holidays and people were busy and they probably didn't want to see us or anything. So.
Mark, it's a stressful enterprise.
That's correct.
So we need downtime. We got to sit at the beach.
Yeah, and we have to organize ourselves into the next episode.
Yeah, we have to come up with new ideas. We're not very good at that. So we're back.
Yes, so we're back.
Stronger than ever.
And we will have, again, our bi-weekly episode running this entire spring and until the summer vacation comes.
Yeah, we get another vacation.
Yes.
Summer? Nice.
So, but what do we have for today, Mark?
Today we're going to talk about some new features that we added to our Blackboard server over the Christmas break.
That's right. We're now running Blackboard 9.1 Service Pack 7.
7.
Yeah. 7, which we actually upgraded from Service Pack 5, so we went from 6 and into 7, which gave us a lot more functionality and fixed some of the bugs.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to talk about that. We have a nice little list here of things.
Yeah.
We're going to talk mainly about new features.
New features, new functionality, which we're really excited about. There's some really new cool things I think that are available. I know that I've already done a couple trainings and showed some teachers, and they were like, wow, this is nice.
Do they fall off their chairs when you showed it to them?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
So what's the first one we have?
Well,
Mark?
the first one is one of my favorite types, which is a time-saving one.
Yes.
This one is the needs grading view in your Blackboard evaluation area. Used to show you most things that had exclamation points in your grade center.
Correct.
Assignment, safe assignment, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or online tests that had essay questions.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they've added to it now so that if you want to grade your communication collaboration tools, your blogs, your wikis, your journals, your discussion boards, you can now set it up so that they also show in needs grading.
That's right. So all your collaboration tools did not show up in your needs grading area, even if you did have grading turned on.
Right.
And now you actually have the ability to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Or actually have them show up, which I like, more options.
Yeah, so if you've got, let's say you've got 5, 6 blogs in your class, before you had to go into every blog individually, look at each student, see where the exclamation points were, edit grade. It took quite a bit of time. Yeah. Now they're just all going to be listed in needs grading.
Yeah, and one of the really neat things too about it, especially from the blog, discussion boards and so forth, sometimes you might say that I'm not going to grade it until you've posted the 5 times or for the 5 different lessons.
Yep.
You can set it up that it won't show up into your needs grading area until they've posted the 5 times. Not just because they posted one time.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know exactly when it needs to be grading according to your criteria.
Yes, exactly. That's true. Let's take a quick look at it. So if you've not used needs grading before, then you're going to learn something even better today. So when you go into Grade Center, right at the top here, there's a view called Needs Grading. You just click on that, and literally it shows you everything in your course that needs to be graded.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't even need to go into your grade center to see these things.
Correct. And again, before it was only safe assignment or assignments or online tests that had essay questions or short answers.
And you can see here in the first column where it says category, safe assignment down the line. Mark, you have a lot of grading you need
I know, I haven't graded. I just had a training and I didn't grade everybody.
So I go to page 2, and then here we have an example of that new feature you see right there, blog.
The blog. Okay,
so blog has been graded. All I need to do is click on the name of the student, and that takes me right to that blog, right to their entry in that blog, and then I can edit the grade right there.
That's correct. Yep. And again, that wouldn't show up. I have it set up that it would show up after one entry, but I could actually have it show up that they need to post 5 times to their blog before it's gradable.
Yeah, and that could be useful like in discussion boards. You know, if you want students to post 1, reply to 2.
Or again, in our online courses, the students actually have to post to each lesson to their reflective journal within 1 unit before it's graded. So if I have 6 lessons, they have to have 6 posts. It wouldn't even show up. So I know when a student's ready to be graded.
It's nice. It should save you a lot of time, especially if you make a lot of use of those. And remember, it's combining tools. So it's not just say you have 6 blogs. You got 1 journal, 1 blog, 1 wiki, 1 discussion board. That's 4 things you don't have to go into anymore.
Got it.
So we show them how they turn that on, I think?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. So the best way to turn these on is if you go into your control panel, you go to Class Tools, go to whichever tool it is you're dealing with, blog, journal, wiki.
We'll do blog since we were looking at that.
Okay, so go to blog, and then you look at whichever blog you want to turn this on for.
And of course, you're just going to edit it, because again, in the edit modes where you're going to get to choose all your options.
Yeah. So hit your double down arrow, go to edit, scroll down to the grading area. You've probably maybe even used this before. This will look exactly as it would before right now, but the second you click that little grade button,
correct,
then look at this. You actually get 2 new options.
Yeah.
The other one I'm going to talk about in a second. Here, show participants in needs grading after every how many entries?
Correct. So and again, if you don't want it to show up and you want it like it is in the old version, right, as it was before, you just don't check that box.
Exactly.
And the grading's on and you can always just go in and check it. But if you need it to show up so that you know that you need to grade it after 6 entries, boom, it's right there. Exactly. Making your life a lot easier, I think.
Oh yeah, it should save you a ton of time, especially if you teach with the blended schools curriculum. Because we make a lot of use of those.
That's right. I also see another button there that we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Ooh, add rubric.
Ooh, we'll get into that.
Yeah, that's a spoiler almost.
Yeah. So what do we got next? I think we have the assessment.
The timed assessments.
There's new features on the assessments. There's actually 2 new features on the assessments.
Yeah, there's a student a feature that is really useful for the student and one that's really useful for the teacher.
Yeah.
Let's look at the student side first.
Yeah. So if a student's going to go in and take an online test, and I have the Brain Power pretest right there.
Yep.
In the past, the student would click on that and it would take them to the begin feature or where they'd have to enter a password, one or the other.
Yeah.
Now it takes them to an instructional screen, so they have to read the instructions before they actually enter or begin the test. Where that before, they actually had to enter the test to see the instructions, which a lot of kids, and myself included, would just ignore.
Well, and it's really nice, especially if you have something like forced completion turned on.
Yeah.
You know, because a student would click the test link, they'd hit begin, oh, this is forced completion. I didn't know that. I haven't put enough time aside to take the test, blah, blah, blah. Now they see all those instructions before they go inside the test. Let me just jump in though as a student, because I just want to, there's one little bit that I like, which is the new timer.
Yes.
I just wanted to show off the new timer.
The new timer is awesome.
The new timer is much nicer. You got 15 minutes here, it counts down. It floats a lot better than the old timer used to do, and it's colorful.
Yes.
And I like colors. So I just wanted to show that off.
It shows
really nice
when you're getting to the end.
Yeah. I have a quick example. I know you didn't want me to show it, but I'm showing it, and I can't find it now. Here it is. What it does is it changes colors as the time gets less.
Yes.
So when you half the test less than a minute, it turns yellow. It's nice.
Yeah. That's right. So really neat feature. So why don't we go ahead and show some of the new, as far as editing the test options.
Okay. Let's look at the teacher side
of things.
So I'm going to that test as a teacher. I'm hitting my down arrow. I'm going to edit the test options.
Correct.
Okay. So we got there. I didn't want to show you after that.
That's
there we
fine.
go. So here's our new option.
Yeah, that's the new option. And again, before in the past, if you had timer turned on, the students, when the time ran out, it would still allow them to complete the test. It just would not grade anything after the time ran out. Where now you have 2 different options as a teacher. You can allow them to finish, kind of like the old way, and it won't grade any of that. Or you can turn it that it will automatically submit. So when that 10 minutes is up, boom, the test submits automatically, and the student's just like, what happened?
Yep, that is I would say that's such a frequently requested feature.
Yeah.
People are always surprised they didn't do that. Yeah. And the nice thing about how Blackboard have implemented it is they've given it you as a choice. That's one of my favorite things. It's not when a lot of people have requested this feature, so we just put this in. Yeah. They don't do it that way. They give you a choice as whether you want it or not.
So you can still have it the old way, or you can have it in a more strict way that'll do an auto submit. And then on the student side, it tells them that specifically if it's going to do that. And number 2, the new timer has some real much better graphical interface and much more colorful as far as the timer. There you go. Green's good, right?
Green is okay. You got plenty of time. Yellow, you might want to think about finishing up. Red, you got problems.
Red's not good. Finish up.
But yeah, one other minor little difference for the teacher too is that in the test attempt now, if you have the timer turned on, it tells you the actual number of minutes. Yes. It just used to show you completion time. Now it shows number of minutes. So that's nice.
Awesome.
Yes, I like that. That's one of those tiny but significant features.
Yeah. And then probably my favorite is the interactive rubric.
Yes. They had the rubric tool before, but it didn't really do very much.
It didn't do anything.
Yeah. You just could look at it and that was about it.
But now, again, in development, you have to start somewhere, so they developed the tool, but it didn't do anything. It had no functionality, and now it does. Now, we're really not going to go over this very much because we're going to have 2 episodes specifically on the rubric, as far as creating the rubric and attaching the rubric to an assignment or whatever it may be, and then the grading side of the rubric, which is really, really nice. So,
so what do we show them? Just where they can attach a rubric?
Let's just go show what it looks like from a student point of view. So when you go in, so we're going to go in and we're going to click on the reading comprehension, which the students actually have to answer those questions or whatever. Notice that there's a view rubric there, so I've attached a rubric. This is the PA writing rubric that I've created. And again, the students can see specifically the different parts of the rubric. They can see the point values on the rubric and everything, which is really nice. What's nice about this from the teacher side, and we're going to be doing this in other episodes because it takes too long, this is a fully interactive grading component too within Blackboard.
As a teacher, you literally go in and you just click the spots on the rubric that the students are meeting the criteria for, and it creates you a point value.
And so, Mark, what can I attach a rubric to now in Blackboard?
Oh, that's a good question. And I think I can remember, but I might forget, so I'm going to go to my little reminder here. So basically anything that's built into Blackboard, it's not a building block.
That's right, not a building block.
So journals, blogs, wikis, discussion boards, assignments is an obvious one. What you cannot do it with is building blocks. These are additions. Now, a couple of key ones would be like Safe Assign.
Safe Assign is a big one because, again, it is a building block. It came from a different company, even though it's kind of owned by Blackboard now. It's still a building block. It's not an integrated tool into the software.
Yeah, that one's a little confusing because you think of it being a Blackboard tool, but it's just owned by Blackboard. Self-and-peer assessments, same way.
Yes.
Not a very heavily used tool, but just to let you know. And then any other building blocks, things like StudyMate, a Blackboard Collaborate session, you wouldn't be able to do a rubric, whether you'd grade those or not, I don't know. But anything that's not core to the Blackboard software. That's it.
But the main things, your assignment and your collaboration tools.
Collaboration tools to me, especially journals and blogs, I think. That's a good one. And then assignments, any kind of writing you can do through assignment. And remember, you can always use Safe Assign separately. You can always grade it in assignment, and if you're worried about plagiarism, run it through Safe Assignment too. One
minor one that probably won't interest most of you, which is the new SCORM engine. Mark, you want to talk a little bit about what SCORM is and what it can do for teachers?
SCORM is a sort of standard for different pieces of software that are out there on the market that create learning objects. So like a good example would be like StudyMate, Author, SoftChalk. These tools that you build a little instructional piece of, little piece of instruction like crossword puzzle, is a good example.
That might be gradable.
Flip charts or something like that. And you can add grades to them, or you can create them as these single packages. Blackboard has a new player, which works a lot better, especially on the grading side than what I had before. It's not used by a lot of the blendedschools.net users, as you said, but there are some out there.
So SCORM is just kind of a standards base that you can export from a piece of software that allows you to import directly into Blackboard with the new player that allows it to integrate much more fully into the grade center and using the content and so forth. So we're probably not going to get into that too much. Not too many of our teachers really use that.
Google it.
Google it, or if you need any other information, always help at
blendedschools.net. There's also a new report for the SCORM tool as well. I just remembered that shows you all your SCORM packages and if your students have clicked on them and so on.
And finally, there's new support for Chrome now.
Chrome. Now, I know a lot of you are using Chrome already.
Yes.
But now it's actually officially supported by Blackboard.
Officially certified.
Yeah, so what would happen before is, let's say you were using Chrome and you had a problem. If you went to Blackboard with that problem, you'd be like, well, it's not supported.
It's not supported,
Go take a walk.
Yeah.
Now it is supported, so you can officially, if you have a problem,
because trust me, from this official list, we can tell you that there's one particular browser that we have more problems with than any other browser, including Chrome when it was unofficially.
Exactly. So here is the list of the things that are officially supported by Blackboard. And there are a couple of browsers there, Internet Explorer 9 and 8. They're even certified by Microsoft to use.
That's correct.
Yeah, so how's your Internet Explorer 9 experience been?
I just had a training the other day, and they were using Internet Explorer 9.
Okay.
We switched over to Firefox and literally had no problems after that.
Wow, that's interesting. Blended Schools doesn't have its own personal certification.
No,
maybe we will someday if we get.
But we have our own opinions.
We think about it. But our opinions are our own. Is that you might not want to use IE9 that much if you have trouble with it.
With all the security built into IE, it becomes a problem. Everything from its SSL certifications and all the other security things that are built in there, it just makes it really difficult to use.
Yeah, and people ask us a lot, what's the best browser? And we can't really give you one solid answer.
No.
All we can say is that Firefox has become quite a good all-round browser.
Especially for multiple platforms between the Mac and the and the PC.
Yeah.
We believe that it's our favorite to use across multiple platforms.
Right.
If you're a Mac person, we highly like you to use Safari.
But I mean, having said that, I know a lot of people, I'm sure you're the same, that use Chrome before it was even certified, that say my favorite is using Chrome.
Yeah.
So whatever works for you, really. But we do know one quick way to solve your Internet Explorer problems is to not use Internet Explorer. That's a really good solution.
It's the fastest way, let's put it that way.
But that's not official, just so you know. So anyway, if you have any questions on that, help@blendedschools.net.
Yeah. Hey, I want to thank everyone for watching another episode and a new semester of Mark and Mark in the Morning.
Blended Schools.net's homeroom.
Have a great day.